Hello, Cancer. Welcome in. Welcome to my channel, Winged Spiritual Clarity. My name's Wendy Wang. I'm doing a bonus tarot for Cancerians because you continue to have some of the highest viewership on these readings. So I'm going to continue to send you out bonus readings. Thank you so much for letting me translate these divine messages of guidance for you. So let's get to it. Remember, this is a general reading, so take what resonates and leave the rest. Thank you. What's hidden from Cancer? Thank you. Outcome and advice. Perfect. Thank you. All right, let's turn these cards over. See what we're working with today. Queen of Swords and the Devil. The Devil. All right, Queen of Swords. She's got clouds halfway up her body, but she's got that sword up where there's once was confusion, there's clarity. And discernment, understanding. This feels internal understanding, seeing something clearly where there's been confusion around maybe the devil. She's even looking, the Queen of Swords, is looking at the devil energy as well. Devil energy, Capricorn energy, someone draining, exhausting, a toxic person, toxic system, feels exhausting. Feels like Cancer, what I'm seeing right off the bat is you understanding some type of, seeing something different within you, within your perspective around what's draining, who and what's draining. Feels like the Queen of Swords is getting ready to cut out what's draining, what's exhausting. So this is clarifying the Queen of Swords. Yeah, something that's been confusing, a lack of clarity, a lack of sunlight, a lack of joy. So it's around your joy, a lack of happiness, and very confusing. Eight of Swords, really confusing, unable to see. This could be a belief system, a mindset that's keeping you from an inability to see what's making you unhappy. Five of Cups in reverse. This feels like you're coming out of a difficult period of time that's been a lot of emotions, a lot of upset, healing from some type of loss. All right. Feels like those cards are describing where you've been. Why is the Devil card here? What does Cancer need to know about the Devil? Wow. Wow. All right. You're protected. It feels exhausting, draining type of energy, the Devil, tied to a situation, an environment, a person that's just exhausting, where you have to protect yourself from the person, from the situation. This is also wounded warrior, a need for protection, being hyper vigilant because of being in this draining environment. I think you've lost your passion, your desire for whatever this is. It's too draining. I keep getting draining, exhausting, because you have to protect yourself from this person, this environment, and then we've got Star card and Justice. I think you're rebalancing things with the Star card. You're healing something within yourself, keeping balanced in your thoughts so you can create justice for yourself. Justice, as I'm perceiving it, is fairness, things coming back into balance. I am not perceiving justice as punishment. Just FYI. A rebalancing, and definitely rebalancing more in the upper chakras, perspectives, thoughts, the way of seeing things. There's rebalancing with both of these cards. It feels like this Star card energy, she's rebalancing water, heart space, and this is rebalancing Justice with the scales. There's rebalancing that's happening on at least hard space on up that I'm seeing. A new perspective. I think the exhaustion, solar plexus chakra, your personal power, your own battery pack is in your solar plexus chakra where your ribs meet. And it feels like your solar plexus chakra is just telling you this person, this situation is exhausting. And every time you're around that person, that situation, there's just no energy. It's like you feel completely drained. And that's information. That's information. Something's going on with this connection with this person. And they're draining my energy. Or I've got a belief that gives off my energy, gives away my energy. Doesn't always, if you're always perceiving being attacked, instead of what belief systems do I have that allows someone to take my energy, to drain my energy? That's a much more empowering way to perceive that, instead of being defensive and always looking for toxic situations. Because seek and you shall find. If you're always worried about toxic people and then seek and you shall find kind of energy here. Okay. I like this. I like this reading. It feels like there's an internal shift that's helping you streamline, let go of what doesn't serve you, what drains you, and focus on what does give you energy. Okay. And a rebalancing. That's just beautiful. Okay, in what's hidden, you have the Six of Wands in reverse, the Seven of Swords in reverse, and now Justice in reverse. All right. There's some humiliation. Something didn't go well. A lack of success. It feels public, even though it's in what's hidden. Maybe you just feel something didn't go the way you expected. Seven of Swords reverse is something that was hidden is coming to light. There's a need. It feels like you've been tactical. The Justice reverse, there's imbalance in upper chakras. A lot of imbalance in thinking that led to, it feels like you're in a story this feels like the past in what's hidden. A lot of things did not go your way. It feels like you were in survival. Things not going well at all. Injustices. Tell me about the Six of Wands reverse. What does Cancer need to know about a lack of success, public humiliation, that's interesting. No, that's Hermit reversed, Eight of Wands. Oh, okay. Sometimes it feels like you were resisting going on your own. Feels like you were attached to somebody who was toxic, or a toxic system, toxic environment. And it feels like you stayed. Because of this picture of not wanting to be alone. But it looks like you separating from this toxic energy is when things start moving. It's like you were so resistant. But once you did, then you could start really reimagining yourself and your life, start seeing things from a different vantage point. I get the feeling that whoever this devil energy, whoever you were tied to, clinging to, it was because of, I don't want to be alone. Like there was holding on to someone who's toxic, even though there's a lack of success. But it looks like once you finally do let go of that devil energy, that things really start moving. You're able to see things clearly, learn a different way. Tell me about the Seven of Swords in reverse, King of Pentacles, Taurus energy. So I'm seeing in what's hidden, letting go of something that's not successful. It feels like you stop taking action. There's an exhaustion. There's no one putting energy into whatever this toxic connection is. And there's this real fear of meeting yourself in new ways. It feels like you're resisting an ego death. That's it. And ego death, dark night of the soul. I totally get why you would want to stay with what you're familiar with versus have an ego death. Let go of that version of yourself. Meet yourself in deep and profound ways. It looks like after you have that ego death, though, things really start picking up. You're able to see things much clearer, relearn things. And then also what I'm seeing, you're being tactical. You're not sharing. You're not communicating with everyone what your plans are in this King of Pentacles to create your stability, your abundance. In what's hidden, you're being very mindful, keeping things to yourself. You're not broadcasting because you went through the ego death. So it's not about ego. It's not about what others see about you. Going through an ego death allows you to see yourself, care about yourself, and not care what others, how they're perceiving you. Feels like that's making all the difference in what's hidden. So you're able to make these type of choices in the current energy. Queen of Swords, Devil. Cutting out what doesn't serve you. There's a matter of fact type of energy that you're having after going through Dark Night of the Soul, letting go of stories, letting go of dramas, letting go of traumas, healing. And it looks like you're building quite a amazing King of Pentacles, stability, abundance, solid in your 3D. All right. Oh, that's interesting. Tower reverse, Hierophant reverse, 10 of Cups. It feels like in the past, the devil energy, you were in like this fix-it mode. And it feels like that's what you're recognizing, what's made you unhappy. One of the things that you're recognizing and perceiving is to stop fixing everyone else's problems. Stop trying to keep false realities from collapsing. Let something come to an end. Let people leave and choose to be happy anyway. These people in the 10 of Cups, it's not that they've had a great life, a wonderful, easy life, and so they are choosing to be happy. They have gone through all of the cups of the tarot. They've gone through the greatest disappointments, upset, betrayal, harm, woundedness, hurt, and the joys and the amazing experiences, the whole spectrum. And they're choosing to be happy. It's a choice to not allow the traumas, the dramas to affect the outcome, to choose to be happy anyway. It's been my experience that the more you can have in the uncomfortable energies, the disappointments, the woundedness, the more you can hold space and process through your own emotions and heal from your traumas, the more you can hold space for the shadow and the discomfort, then the more space there is for joy. If you are resistant to, I don't want to feel bad, I only want to feel good. If you have no container, no space to hold for anything uncomfortable, then your life is very shallow, because to the degree to which you are willing to have and hold space for the dark, then that is the balance, is then you can have the light too. All right. Wise Justice reversed in what's hidden. Ooh, Judgment reversed and Judgment. Okay. In what's hidden, it feels like you are judged harshly, criticized, which impacted how you saw yourself. Which created limiting situations, out of balance thinking, punishment, especially punishment and criticism. There's some type of fear and control with what I'm perceiving, how you have been operating, and it's shifting. Feels like you're shifting out of that judgment and injustice, criticism. What does Cancer need to know about these energies? Yes, Devil reversed. Nice. Cancer, when you show up as yourself in the reading, it allows you to really take advantage of these energies. And look at you showing up in the Chariot. This is your card, Cancer. Moving on, making moves. Moves in the 3D. This isn't conjecture. This isn't imagining. This is action. Fast action. One of the fastest moving cards of the deck. Wow. I'm getting a story. This feels like it could be a book. It's a movie, so dramatic. Where you have come from a lot of injustices, being criticized, and you're making moves, moving on. Despite, it feels like when you let go of the devil energy, that you don't have resources. Or it's hard to find resources, or there's a instability that you have. Oh, this is so dramatic. It feels like the odds were against you. Ooh, it feels like there's even someone specifically like spreading a lot of lies and gossip about you, needing to win. This feels like a smear campaign. You were judged harshly, and there's this punitive energy and this kind of story, very dramatic story. But you just started becoming more and more yourself. And I feel like you didn't stay to argue. This is the view of the people you're leaving behind, person, situation, whatever devil energy that's draining. It feels like you're watching them in your rear view get smaller and smaller. You didn't stay to complain. I think they are expecting you to stay and fight or wig out, but instead you're like, I'm out of here. I'm outie 2000. Beautiful. Okay. Cancer, the outcome and advice. Ooh, 2222 on the clock. 5 of Pentacles in reverse. With the devil coming up in the overall energy, it feels like you were raised to abandon yourself, to fix it, to people please. And it's been very confusing why life hasn't been joyful and happy. But you're figuring things out internally, perceiving things very differently, and making action on those changes, creating justice and star energy. My throat chakra just went down with the star energy. It's something I think people don't want you to perceive and see yourself clearly as a star, because they benefit from you laboring for others, your labor of pleasing, of doing for others, of overgiving. There's been toxic people, toxic systems who like that version of you. They don't want you to step into your star quality. They don't want you to balance things out, because the more you become, you recognize what and who's not for you. And it's almost like my dad's side of the family, when they would leave family get-togethers, it would take hours because it's, oh my gosh, and oh my God, and it would just take forever. My mom's side of the family, my grandpa would stand up and he'd pull his pants up. He'd say, well, don't think it ain't been charming. And he would be gone. You'd be, Grandpa, oh my God, bye. None of that long goodbye nonsense. And I'm getting the feeling that you, with this Chariot card and with this internal new shift that you have, new perspective, you're not hanging around with the long goodbye. Once you recognize what something is and that it's not for you, that your relationship with that person, that system, that environment is predicated on the fact that you abandon yourself. It makes it a whole lot less interesting to stick around. And it feels like you're just leaving. Not even yeah, you're taking action. King of Wands with his back turned at night. You're not being dramatic. Believe that or not, it feels like you're just quietly leaving environments and people. You're not even letting them know you're leaving. You're just cutting out. Oh, this is stealth. Yeah. Two of Swords reversed. The fog of confusion has cleared. Where you've been like trying to weigh things, trying to figure out clarity and taking action on that clarity. Wow. All right, Cancer, what a great reading. Thank you all so much for liking these videos and commenting. Yeah, it really helps me grow this channel. So thank you so much, Cancer. Take care.